The first time I saw Ilara, it felt like a scene from an old movie. She was standing under the soft glow of a streetlight, a gentle rain misting around her, making the city lights blur into a watercolor painting. I was just on my way home, another long Tuesday at the office behind me, but seeing her, everything just stopped. She had this ethereal quality, like she'd stepped out of a dream. Her smile, when she caught me staring, wasn't shy or flirtatious. It was warm, ancient, like she knew a secret about the universe and was happy to share it. I walked over, my heart doing a strange little flip-flop, and introduced myself. Her name was Ilara, and her voice was like honey and lavender. We talked for what felt like minutes, but when I checked my watch, 2 hours had passed. Our first date was magical. We went to a quiet little Italian place, the kind with checkered tablecloths and candles dripping wax down old wine bottles. The conversation flowed so easy. She told me about her love for stargazing, how she felt a connection to the cosmos, to the vast, beautiful emptiness of space. I told her about my mundane dreams of opening a small bookstore one day. She didn't laugh. Instead, she looked at me with this intense focus, her eyes seeming to see right into my soul. She said it was a beautiful dream to be a keeper of stories. That night, when I dropped her off, she gave me a quick, gentle kiss on the cheek. It was featherlight, but it sent a jolt through me, warm and tingling, and I slept better that night than I had in years. The next few weeks were a whirlwind romance. We were inseparable. We took long walks in the park, spent rainy afternoons in dusty antique shops, and stayed up late on her balcony, where she'd point out constellations with a quiet passion. Everything about her was intoxicating. Her scent was a strange, alluring mix of night-blooming jasmine and something else, something earthy I couldn't quite place. She had these little quirks, like she would only drink tea, never coffee, and she hummed ancient-sounding melodies when she thought no one was listening. She never talked much about her past or her family, always deflecting with a smile and a change of subject. I was so smitten, I didn't press. I figured we had all the time in the world to learn each other's secrets. One evening, about a month in, we were at my place. We'd cooked dinner together, laughing as I got flour all over my face. A comfortable silence settled between us as we sat on the couch, the city lights twinkling outside my window. She turned to me, her expression unreadable in the dim light. "You know I care about you, right?" she said, her voice barely a whisper. I nodded, my heart swelling. "More than you know," I replied, meaning every word. She leaned in close, her eyes searching mine. They were so dark, like deep, starless pools. "I want to show you something," she murmured. "Something eternal?" She leaned in, and this time, it wasn't a gentle peck on the cheek. Her lips met mine, and the world dissolved. It wasn't just a kiss, it was an experience. A wave of a feeling I can't describe washed over me. It was cold, but not unpleasantly so. It was like diving into a deep, dark lake on a summer night. I felt a strange lethargy spread through my limbs, a heavy, peaceful drowsiness. My thoughts began to unravel, a tapestry coming undone thread by thread. I could feel my energy, my very life force, being drawn out, siphoned away through that single point of contact. It wasn't painful. In fact, it was blissful, a serene surrender. The last thing I saw before my eyes closed was her face. Her skin was glowing with a faint, silvery light, and her eyes were filled with a million tiny, swirling stars, like miniature galaxies. And she was smiling, that same ancient, knowing smile from the night we first met. The world went dark, but it wasn't an ending. It was a change. Now, I'm a story she tells, a star in her private constellation, another flicker of light in her endless, lonely night. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and listening to this story. If you enjoyed this little trip into the shadows, do me a huge favor and hit that like button, and maybe subscribe for more tales from the Twilight. Stay safe, and see you in the next one.